Hello everybody, welcome to this very simple and haphazardly put together introduction video to my new home. I told you guys I wanted to invite you along on the process of renovation, the process of fixing this home up a little bit, and I kind of wanted to do a more proper video, but unfortunately I had to go straight into renovation, and I'll talk about that a little bit when I get into the house. But let me give you a little brief history on this home. So this home was actually originally built in a different part of town in 1892. In the 40s, they boarded her up and she sat empty for 30 years. And then in the 70s, someone purchased the home, disassembled it, and relocated it to this beautiful 10-acre lot here in Mississippi. Same town, just different lot. So they preserved and kept as many of the original components as they could, although some of the things they had to rebuild, like the doorways and such, which is fine. Not gonna try to make you guys sick, but I'm gonna turn around here. So there we go. You can see the original stained glass front doors here, the original staircase, and the original hardwood floors that they painstakingly tried to replace. There's a lot of imperfections in this floor, which I actually really like, because I don't know how you could possibly disassemble this and move it and put it back together in the same way that it was originally. No idea how they did that, but they did their best. It's kind of cool. So this is the main old part of the house. Now, I bought this house specifically because it had two things. One, I like the old world feel. And two, there were a lot of renovations that were needed. I personally wanted a home that needed projects, not huge ones, but like kitchen, bathroom renos, new wallpaper, as you can see here in the main sort of sitting area. Definitely new wallpaper. You can see all my samples over there. Haven't received all my samples yet, but they're coming in the mail. Original mantelpieces, but see how they put like regular tile here? It's just regular subway tile, and I don't know, like there's a lot of potential with this home to make it era appropriate and to just bring it back to a really, really cool aesthetic. So I'm super excited to give it a try. It's going to take me a long time because I'm not going to do it all at once. It's going to be just like piece by piece, slowly but surely, as we as we can and as we feel like it, and as things happen. But the reason why I'm showing you guys all this now is because I had to jump into the kitchen reno, which was not what I wanted to do, but I was gonna wait like 2 to 3 years before I started on the kitchen. I was gonna do bathrooms first. I was gonna do a lot more of the aesthetic stuff because that's more noticeable. Like painting and new wallpaper and new flooring and all that kind of stuff, but it is what it is. So we're doing the kitchen reno. Now, this portion of the house was added on in the 80s from my understanding. So you can see how generic it is. We have just regular beadboard as like the wainscoting here. We have just a plain yellow paint. Everything is painted white, which when it looks compared next to the original, I'm sorry. So this is all the kitchen stuff. I had to move everything out of the kitchen. Let me turn on the lights here. So it is a disaster in here. It's like my storage room. But you can see, like, to have all these beautiful, oak finishes, and then you move into this really weird hallway. I mean, it's very strange. And then the master bedroom, which is actually, let me see if I can get my gimbal to do what I want it to do here. It's that doorway right there. So it's in the new portion of the house, but it's, kind of like 8-foot ceilings, super cheap builder grade master bathroom type stuff. So much potential to make it really, really, really cool. When I arrived in August to collect the keys and do the walkthrough, this kitchen appeared to be totally fine. So I went back to Vegas throughout the month of September to fully pack. And then I came back in October to officially move in. I brought all my stuff, so we were moving in. When I got here, they had this This is like an ice maker appliance. It's kind of like a dishwasher that kind of goes in the cabinets like that. I'd never seen one of these before. I didn't even know this was a thing because I'm not an ice person. I just had no idea. It's like, why, when I got here, I was like, why on earth would anyone need that? But if they had a bed and breakfast, maybe they had events or whatever, and they needed a lot of ice. But apparently, as the contractor told me, these appliances are notorious for leaking. So when I got here in October, there was a huge puddle on the floor. So it started to grow mold, as you would expect in Mississippi, and started to grow fungus very quickly. And I immediately said, okay, well, I don't even have a choice in the matter. I have to go straight into at least a demo. So we started yesterday. So I figured, I was like, I better make this introduction video before this demolition gets too far, because I want to kind of show you guys. I mean, obviously this kitchen is like early 2000s, it's got that generic tile countertop. They did put a new cooktop here. I hate cooktops. I'm like so much more of a gas stove type person. So yeah, I have big plans for this. I'll show you guys at some point. Super excited about the aesthetic of this kitchen and what it could potentially be. It's gonna be really, really nice. It's gonna look very Victorian-y. So we're gonna get it all to match and to flow nicely. But as you can see, here is where the ice maker was, and it just now the contractor told me that this has actually been leaking for a very long time. So it wasn't just from the beginning of October, that this has actually been steeped in water for, I mean, we don't know how long, obviously, but for a really, really long time. We also have a leak here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we have a leak from the water heater that's on the other side of this wall as well. So, I mean, I was planning on replacing that because the date on it is 1999. So we definitely need to replace the water heater. So we're gonna do that. And here's the subfloor, which is completely wet. And the joists, which all need to be replaced. It's totally rotten, super, super gross. This is a vent. Super, super gross. And a lot more work than I was expecting. However, going into a renovation, I think in an old home, you can always expect the unexpected. So it's not really that big of a surprise. It's just more a matter of embracing it, right? Scorpio season. Got to embrace the change. Now, the rebuilding of this kitchen is going to take me a really long time. Most of my money this year was spent on my medical bills and the down payment of the house and the move. I have a ton of money in investments, but I absolutely refuse to touch those. So the majority of my monthly income is going into mostly my crypto accounts, but my other normal investments as well. So this is 100% going to be a piece by piece rebuild. It's going to take me quite some time to do this. So I'll certainly invite all of you guys into the process while I'm doing it. This is the water heater that's leaking. I actually had some fungus growing here. I didn't know what it was. The contractor told me. Now, I don't think this is an official term because I Googled it and I couldn't find it online, but he called it the black widow fungus. And apparently it's what happens when black mold gets really, really bad, that it starts growing an actual fibrous fungus with spores so it can spread and mutate and do all these wonderful things. So for someone with compromised immune system, this is not an ideal situation. So anyway, all this is going to be ripped out. We're going to do a really beautiful kind of pantry with custom cabinetry in here. It's going to be really functional. Get rid of this old fridge, all this, all this kind of cheap cabinetry is just going to be gone. We're going to do stackables. I'm a stackable girl. I never understood the side by side. I always prefer the space, the floor space. This is a valuable real estate in a small pantry like this. We're going to get a tankless water heater and just do a really nice built-in type of situation to make this really nice, really functional, and maximize storage. So it's going to be really, this house actually, as big as it is, 4,000 square feet, has very little storage. barely any. Just a few closets and that's about it. So I need to do everything I can for storage. I'll show you the upstairs at another time, but right now it's full of, the floor is just covered in, actually I'll just show you. Just don't judge me. Okay, we'll go up the fancy staircase. I'm super excited to replace this carpet runner and put those, I'm gonna do a really beautiful carpet runner. I almost decided not to do carpet because I'm not a huge carpet fan. However, it was very common to have the carpet runner in order to protect the wood. So we're gonna do a Victorian-y style carpet runner with those brass carpet bars that look really pretty. So we're gonna make it really pretty. This is like weird mauve pink carpet. Okay, so this is where you can't judge me because I have all these empty boxes. I just have to break down the boxes. And then I pulled down all these curtains. I cannot tell you, I'm all out of breath. Oh my God, I need to work out. Like, I cannot tell you how difficult it was to pull these curtains down. My father came with me in the beginning of October and we just dived in on some plumbing issues and some electrical issues, but the curtains was a big piece of this puzzle because these are 12-foot ceilings, so we needed a 10-foot ladder to get to the top here to be able to pull these out. And man, it's like they were reinforced so intensely. I don't know, like, it's like they were holding 50 pounds or something, but they're just like these little sheer curtains. I don't know why they reinforced them so much. So that was like a whole huge deal. I'm not gonna show you my bedroom, but I'll show you my little office. So this is one of the bedrooms. I gotta get something a little better. So right now I just put all my little candles and stuff down here. These mantles, they just sort of plucked on the wall and didn't do anything in terms of a faux fireplace or anything. They didn't rebuild the fireplaces when they moved it. So what we're going to do, I think, I talked to a gas installation person, but in order to install gas, we have to pull this out and do a whole structure rebuild in order to fit the gas logs. I don't think I'm gonna like the look of that. I'm really not happy about that solution. So what I was thinking is to build a faux, like totally useless fireplace and just do some electric. I'm not a huge fan of the electric logs, but for the sake of aesthetic, for the sake of having it look normal, because I think if I pulled this out, it would look really weird and it would just take up space, take up real estate in the bedroom, which I just don't really want to do. So probably do electric logs, or we'll just put a really pretty candle arrangement in there or something. And you can kind of see my little YouTube setup here where I do my videos. Oh, still so much unpack. I've been avoiding all this unpacking. This is my very disorganized altar space. Gotta make this pretty. I gotta really make that something special. But I'm not gonna show you my bedroom because that is also a mess still. But that's it. I don't think that's original stained glass. They told me that was original, but I don't think so. I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are experts on Victorian or 1890s architecture or whatever. It just seems a little plain to me, but maybe it is. They told me it was. The door feels heavy. It's pretty solid. I don't know. But that's it. So that's my rambling video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That is where we're at. As the contractor makes progress on the kitchen, I'll keep you guys posted so y'all can kind of follow along a little bit and be a part of the process. It'll be fun. I'll share all of my decorating ideas, tile choices, cabinetry choices, all that kind of stuff. I'll show you all of that along the way. You guys know I love you. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.